Bismillah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, inshallah, that is the third lesson, and we will talk about the rate of change and the slope. If anyone remember what is the meaning of the rate of change? Rate of change or the slope? What is the definition of the slope that you know?
Change in x.
y2 minus y1.
y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we can say the slope which defined by the change, this sign for the change of y over the change of x, or the vertical change over the horizontal change. So that's defined by the slope. The rate of change is the same meaning. The rate of change is the slope. So for the first question that we have the table show the temperature of the solution after have been removed from the heat source. Find the rate of change in the temperature for the solution. We need to find the rate of change. To find the rate of change, just the temperature depend on the time, or the time depend on the temperature. Who's depend on what?
Temperature depends on the time.
Temperature depend on time. So we have x and y. Y is depend on x. So for any table, just look at to find the rate of change. You have to find which one is depend on what. So y is depend on x. So the temperature is depend on the time. So the time will be defined as x and the temperature will be defined as y. So to find the rate of change for the solution for the first one, to find rate of change, we can find the change of y over the change of x. Just we can choose any two points. So suppose that we can say that is the y1 and that's y2 and that's x1 and that's x2. So we can find the rate of change with 139.4 minus 143.6 divided by 2 minus 0. Alaykum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So what is the answer for this one? What is the answer of this one? By using calculator. What is the answer?
Negative 2.1.
No. Just
check. 47.9.
How 47?
139.4 minus 143.6 divided by 2, which is negative 2.1. So the answer now is negative 2.1. What is the meaning of negative 2.1? What is the meaning of that?
It's the rate of change.
What is the meaning
every
of the
1
rate
unit
of
of time it changes by minus 2.1.
Yes, it's decreased 2.5 degrees for each 1 minute. That is the meaning of the rate of change. After 1 minute, the temperature will decrease. How we know that's decreased? Because the sign here is negative. That is the meaning of rate of change. The meaning of rate, by the way, rate is comparing between two quantities with different time. We compare between the temperature to the time. We compare between the distance to the time. We compare between the number of liters of petrol to the time, or to the distance. Compare between two different units. So if that's positive, the answer is positive. It means the rate of change is increased. If the answer of the rate of change, if the rate of change is negative, it means it's decreased. So it's decreased by 2.5 because it's the temperature will decrease. So 2.1 degrees for each. What is the end of the time? For each 1 minute. That is the meaning of the rate of change. So any problem for the first one? Okay. Any problem? If you have any problem, you can explain.
No.
Okay. So before we start finding the rate of change for the second one, if you have any graph and you find that the line is going up by this way, it means the line is increased or decreased. We start from left to right. It means the line is increasing. So you will find that the rate of change or the slope will be positive. If you find that the line is going down, it means decrease.
It's negative. Yeah.
So you'll find that the rate of change will be negative. If you find that we have a horizontal line, it's mean that's constant.
No rate of change, yes.
So the rate of change will be equal 0. If you find that we have a vertical line, it's mean undefined. Okay. So we need to find from the graph at the right, we will show the number of gallons of water swimming pool is being filled, at what rate pool will be being filled. Here, the table that we have, or the graph that we have how many water that we use after how many minutes to fill the pool. So how we can find the rate of change for this one?
y2 minus y1 over x2
Yes,
minus
rate of
x1.
change will be, for any 2 points we have ordered there, so we have x1, y1, x2, y2. You can replace them, by the way. You will find the same answer. So it will be 252 minus 108 divided by 7 minus 3. So what is the answer for this one?
36. 36.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay, 36. 36 what?
36 minutes.
Sorry?
Gallons. Gallons.
Gallons.
Gallons
Per minute.
per
Per
minute.
minute.
Right. Without using calculator, if you need to calculate this one, how you can calculate it? Without using calculator. Without using the operation. Without using the operation.
Rise over run.
Without using right. I don't want to use any operation. Without using any operation, just from the graph, how you can find the rate of change. Try to think. That was in grade 7.
Oh, how many gallons at 1 minute?
Yes. How we know that? At the first look at the graph, you find that the graph is passing through the origin point. For any line passing through the origin point, then the rate of change is constant for this one. This relation is proportion quantity or proportional relation. So just look at after 1 minute, how many gallons it will be?
30 gallons.
36 for this one. Okay. After 1 minute, you could find it. Just a minute. Are you sure this one is the 36? Are you sure?
Yes, sir. Looks.
Yeah.
That's 36. That's 36.
Just a minute. Let me calculate this one. 252 minus 108 divided by 4. Okay.
Divided by,
Okay. So it will be 36. If you have a graph here, the graph is the point, because it's too small for me. So if the graph is passing through the point is passing through 1 and 30, you will find that it's above 30. So you can find it. If you have a graph, suppose that we have a graph like that. Just a minute. Line here. So for this line, look at the graph. At 1 point, it's passing through 1 and 60. So the rate of change for the second line is 60. You understand it? If you have any line passing through the origin point, just look at the point. To take any ordered pair. You can take any ordered pair. You didn't get this point. Again for this one. For any line passing through the origin point. Again for this one. For any line passing through the origin point. If you need to find the rate of change, just divide y by x. Without using y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So just divide 108 divided by 3. You will find the rate of change. That's for any line passing through the origin point only. The line passing through the origin point. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good idea for this one? Okay. So, refer to the graph at the right. We need to find the average rate of change for the cells from 2004 to 2009. Where's 2004 and 2009?
Mr. Islam,
Yes.
can you go up for a second? Yes,
This
sir.
one?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. I will send the worksheet. After we finish, I send directly the worksheet on the group.
Oh, okay.
With a solution. Okay.
Okay.
Type. Now we need to find the average rate of change for both of them. for the digital music and the ebook. That is the digital music and that is the ebook. How we can find the average rate of change for this one? We need to compare between them.
You find the rate of change for each one.
We can find the rate of change for the first one. So rate of change, rate. I know that's not a straight line, but we take the average. The average, it means we can take the first point and the last point, then we can find the average. The rate of change of the first one, which is digital music. Okay, how we can find it?
So 3,100 minus 200 over 5.
So 3,000. At the first, we need to find the ordered pair. That's 3,100 and 2009.
Yeah.
And that's 200 and 2004. So it will be
2009 minus 2004.
580.
2009 and 3,000. That's 2004 and 200. So it will be 3,100 minus 200 divided by how many years from 2009 to 2004. So we can calculate that. That would be, we have
580.
Sorry,
580.
580.
Yeah.
Divided by. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Just a minute. 580, yes. 580 what? $1 million per
Yeah.
year. Okay. And the rate of change for the second one. For the ebook will be 165.8 minus 9.6, 2009 minus 2004. So the answer now will be 165.8 minus 9.6 divided by 5.
31.24.
31.24 million per year. Okay. Get the idea for this one?
Yes.
Is it clear? Right. How we can solve the next one? We have in 2000. In 2007, we have 23,142 students, and that's applied in a state college, and we have 34,689 applied in Central University. In 2015, we have 29,563 students applied in the state college, and we have 36,107 applied in Central University. Determine the average rate of change in application in both schools from 2007 and 2015. Now we have two college or two schools. The first one, which is State College. I will make this one State College. In 2007, the number of students was 23,142. And in 2015,
49,000.
the number of students was 29,563. And for the other college, which is, well, the other university, which is Central University, Central, in 2007, the number of students was 34,689, and in 2015, the number of students was, just a minute, where is the number? Yes, 36,107. So we need to find the rate of change for each of them. So how
For
we can
State
find it?
College, for State College, 29,563
Yes, the rate of change
minus 23,140.
for that's number 1 and that's number 2 too. For number 1, so it will be 23,142 minus 29,563 over, I start from this one, so it will be 2007 minus 2015. So what is the answer now?
So 802.625.
Sorry?
802.625.
23142 minus 23,142 minus 29,563 over 2007 minus 2015. So the answer now would be 802.
0.62.
Okay. So you can't round because now talk about the students. So you can say that we have 802 point. So it's approximately equals
803.
803 a student per year. Approximately equal. So we can find the rate of change for the second one. The rate of change for the second one.
34,689.
So it will be 36,107 minus 34,689 over 2015 minus 2007. So what is the answer for this one? 36,107. How negative? How negative?
177.25.
Because
So 177.25.
177.
0.25.
So it will be approximately equal 177 a student per year. You can say for the student 0.3. Can we say we have in grade 11 5 student 0.5?
No.
So it's approximately 100. Okay. يا شباب. Please if there is a TV beside you, please be away of the TV. Okay. As we said now, for the slope, we can find the slope by using the rate of change, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or the change of y over the change of x, and the slope defined by the ratio between the vertical change over the horizontal change. So how we can find the slope of each of the following? We have 2 points here. We need to find the slope. So as we said, we can find the slope by using that's x1, y1, x2, y2. So the slope will be, what is the slope for the first one? The slope for the first one.
2 over 7.
5 minus 3 over 2 minus negative 4, which is plus 4. So it would be 2 over 6, which equals 1 over 3. Any problem for this one?
No.
Okay. For number 2, who can solve number 2 would be? You can solve, yes?
5 plus 3 over
5
plus 3 over
3 minus 1.
Okay, so it will be 8 over 2, which equals 4.
4.
Okay. Number 3. Number 3.
11 plus 9.
Sorry, 11 plus 9. You start from 11. Okay, no problem.
Minus 8. Minus 8.
Negative 8. Minus
Negative
24.
Minus 2.
What is the difference between minus 8 and negative 8? What is the difference of meaning between minus 8 and negative 8?
Minus 8, you mean subtracting minus 8?
Yes.
And negative 8 is the value of negative 8.
Minus 8, that's for the operation, which is plus, minus, times, and divide. for negative for the sign. So this number is positive or negative. So if you want to say this number is negative, you have to use negative 8. If you need to use the operation, you need to subtract, you have to use the word minus. So that's the difference between them. So 11 plus 9, which is 20, divided by negative 8 minus 24, which is negative 32, divided by 4 equals 5, divided by 4 equals 8. So the slope will be negative 5 over 8. Okay. So for the next one, we have 3 graphs, and we need to find the slope. As we said, the slope defined by the rate of change, which is the vertical change over the horizontal change, or rise over run. So for number 1, before we start solving, the slope will be positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative. The slope will be negative. So put the negative sign. Now we have to determine 2 points. That's the first point. Any 2 points on the line. Any 2 points lies on the line. That's the point number 1, and that's the point number 2. Then calculate how many units that you are going down, and how many units that you are going to the right. So 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 vertical. And we have 1, 2 horizontal. So the slope will be negative 3 over 2. Negative 3 over 2, not minus. Negative 3 over 2.
Negative 3 over 2.
Yes. Okay. So that's the first slope. If you take any 2 point lies on the same line, you will find the same slope. So who can solve number 2? That's number 1. That's number 2, number 3. So we need to solve number 2. The slope will be positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. So we need to find the slope. So give me the coordinate of the 2 points that we have. Any 2 points on the
8
line.
and 4.
8 and 4. So that's the first point, which is 8 and 4. I need another point.
Negative 1 and negative 8. I mean negative 8, negative 1.
2 and 0.
Negative 8 and 4 and 0 is not passing through 4 and 0.
2 and 0. Negative 2 and 0.
Look at the graph.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So this point only. This point, which is
Negative 8
negative 8 and negative 2. Okay.
Negative.
So now we need to find the line. We will check the vertical change and the horizontal change. So how many units? 1, 2. The drawing scale is 2, or the graph scale is 2. So we have 1, 2, 3. So that would be 6, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is 16. Or you can say that will be 3 over 8. You will find the same answer because the same scale. If they are different, so you'll find different answer. But if they are the same scale, like you make the scale is 1 or 2, you will find the same answer. So the slope for the second one will be 3 over 8. For number 3, the slope is positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative. We need to find 2 points lies in the graph. Let me check this one.
The first one, 0 and 2.
Just a minute to find 2 points. Okay, that's the first point. We need another point. That's the second
Negative
point.
1 and 2.
Negative 1 and 2. And the point here, which is 0 and negative 2. So we can use the vertical line.
So minus 4 is the slope.
La ilaha illallah. Minus 4 also. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Minus for the operation. Negative for the sign.
Negative 4.
What is the
Negative.
meaning? Just write minus 4 and use a calculator. Write minus 4, it will give you math error because you have to subtract. Just write 4 minus. 4 minus give you math error because you have addition. It means you have 2 numbers to add to each other. Okay, you are in grade 11. You are in grade 2, 3, 4.
Negative.
So no difference between them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 units here, and we have 1. So the vertical change over the horizontal change will be negative 4 over 1, which is defined by negative 4. Is that clear? Any problem for this one?
No.
Okay. That's the lesson. There is nothing more for this lesson. Just wait, we can open the worksheet.